In a little over the fortnight, the biggest sporting spectacle of them all, the FIFA World Cup, will kick off in Russia, and the buzz around the globe is slowly, but surely building into a crescendo. It's the Holy Grail for all footballers, and for a month and a half, everyone puts club rivalries aside as they seek to etch their name into footballing folklore. After almost 2 years of qualifiers, 32 of the finest teams will congregate in Russia to stake a claim to be crowned the best team on the planet, but surely there are a few teams that look like a cut above the rest. It's not to say the remaining teams are simply there to fill the numbers, but here are the 4 major contenders for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Germany will Neuer and co. defend their title in Russia. Photo, AFP. It's been over 50 years since a team last defended their World Cup crown, and if recent results are anything to go by, it's that defending champions don't fare well at the quadrennial tournament. Having said that, Die Mannschaft are still the team to beat, despite their shock loss at the hands of Italy in the Euros 2 years prior. Joachim Low arguably possesses the most complete squad at the tournament, brimming with world-class stars in virtually every department. Question marks over Manuel Neuer's fitness remain, however, for the custodian is returning from a lengthy layoff, but in case he can't feature, Marc-Andre ter Stegen is more than a capable deputy. Marco Reus is back in the mix as well, to give Low a selection dilemma for young gun Leroy Sané's in searing form and deserves to start as well. Their central midfield remains packed with seasoned veterans like Toni Kroos, Sami Khedira and Mesut Ozil, while at the back the likes of Joshua Kimmich, Mats Hummels, Jerome Boateng form an imposing defense. Up front, Timo Werner is likely to battle it out with Thomas Müller for a starting spot, and while the Bayern Munich man has a decent international record, there are many who feel he isn't as lethal as he once was. So far it's just a problem of plenty, and how Germany fare might just depend on how their manager utilizes the multitude of options at his disposal. And while it's not exactly a group of death, Die Mannschaft are up against some pretty decent teams. Group F. Likely starting 11, 4, 2, 3, 1, Neuer, Kimmich, Boateng, Hummels, Hector, Kroos, Khedira, Reus, Ozil, Sané and Werner. Fixtures: 1. Mexico, June 17, 2. Sweden, June 23, 3. South Korea, June 27. Brazil. Can the Samba boys turn up the style? Photo, AFP. There's a growing belief that Brazil just might break their World Cup trophy drought in Russia this year. Under tight, the Samba boys have been reinvigorated and look ready to exorcise the demons of their disastrous showing against Germany. The 5-time winners are always saddled with enormous expectations, but this time they seemed to have the squad to go all the way. At the back, there's fierce competition, with Alisson and Ederson competing for the number 1 jersey, and both make for compelling arguments. Dani Alves' injury has robbed them of a quality right back, however, and the jury is still out on his replacements, Danilo and Wagner. In Paulino, Casemiro, Renato Augusto and Philippe Coutinho, the Canarino have a solid enough midfield, but it's in attack where their true strength lies. Talisman Neymar seems to have come of age, and along with Gabriel Jesus, Willian, Douglas Costa and Roberto Firmino, it's safe to say that the South Americans perhaps have the to say that Firmino is likely to start off the bench. Might seem incredulous to most, but that's the truth. But either way, Tite has some serious talent to call upon at any stage of the game. Likely starting 11, 4, 3, 3, Alisson, Danilo, Silva, Marquinhos, Marcelo, Paulino, Casemiro, Coutinho, Neymar, Jesus and Willian. Fixtures: 1. Switzerland, June 17, 2. Costa Rica, June 22, 3. Serbia, June 27. France have as good a chance as any. Photo, AFP. It still seems strange that Les Blues were unable to lift the 2016 Euros, on home soil that too. Their loss to a Portugal side that were bereft of star man Cristiano Ronaldo will wrinkle Didier Deschamps' squad to no end, and in Russia, they have the perfect opportunity to set the record straight. Hugo Lloris may not have had the greatest season, but he remains one of the finest shot-stoppers in the business, and in front of him, Raphael Varane, Benjamin Mendy and Samuel Umtiti form a solid backline. Mendy's missed most of the 2017-18 campaign with an ACL injury, and while he looks fit, the burly fullback may not be up to speed just yet. In midfield, they have some outstanding player on paper, but Deschamps will have to find a way to get the best out of the infuriatingly talented Paul Pogba, something Jose Mourinho has failed to do for the past 2 seasons. On his day, the powerful midfielder can be the best in the world, but can he turn up for the biggest stage of them all? We'll just have to wait and watch. N'Golo Kante, Blaise Matuidi will be the diligent employees tasked with doing the dirty job, unleashing Pogba to wreak havoc with rampaging runs up front. Having said that, with a front three of Ousmane Dembélé, Kylian Mbappé and Antoine Griezmann, do France really require their midfielders to chip in? Perhaps in the latter stages, but like the aforementioned Brazilians, France's attack triumvirate is truly something to behold and arguably their biggest asset. Likely starting 11, 4-3-3, Lloris, Mendy, Varane, Umtiti, Sidibe, Pogba, Kante, Matuidi, Dembélé, Griezmann and Mbappé. Fixtures: 1. Australia, June 16 – 2. Denmark, June 21 – 3. Peru, June 26. Spain. Gerard Piqué and Andrés Iniesta are the senior members of the Spanish team now. Photo, AFP. After their humiliating first-round exit in the previous edition, the Roja have a point to prove. The past 4 years have been kind to Spanish clubs, but that dominance hasn't necessarily carried forward onto the international stage of late. They disappointed in the Euros last year as well, getting beaten by a plucky Italian side in the pre-quarters. A large bulk of the squad that won the 2010 World Cup in South Africa remains, however, mixed with young, hungry blood, and their eclectic blend definitely makes Julen Lopetegui's men contenders. In David De Gea they have arguably the finest goalkeeper in the world, while the likes of Sergio Ramos and Gerard Piqué put a few big names in defense. Their midfield has always been their greatest asset, however, and this time too, they are spoiled for choice, for the likes of Sergio Busquets, Andrés Iniesta and David Silva are the grizzled veterans, while hotshots like Isco, Marco Asensio, Thiago Alcantara and Saul Niguez up front. Questions about Diego Costa's effectiveness for the national side persist, and while the likes of Rodrigo Moreno and Iago Aspas are decent backups, a lack of a world-class forward could prevent the Iberians from going all the way. Likely starting 11, 4-3-3, De Gea, Carvajal, Piqué, Ramos, Alba, Busquets, Iniesta, Thiago, Asensio, Isco and Costa. Fixtures: 1. Portugal, June 1 – 2. Iran, June 23. Morocco, June 25.